This would rank in the top 3 for the worst houses I've touched.
We thought if we had a contract that it would protect us.
So this has been over a year like this.
Over a year.
A guy who gets scammed wants whatever is being offered to happen.
This is just a pain in the...
And I really wanted this to happen.
So you gave him more money?
I didn't.
I did. Jill has a great anger still in her about the situation, so any financial discussions that we have are always difficult.
This was a played game that he won and you lost.
I guess you'd say I've let the team down.
That's bullshit. Whoever did this work, these are the type of guys I want to beat up.
Will I find anything interesting?
What is that? Oh, my God.
Yeah, I'd put my money on it.
Holy crap. It's unbelievable.
Hi, good
You must be
morning.
Jill.
I am.
I'm Mike. Nice
Pleased
to meet
to
you.
meet
Well, at least
you.
you're warm. You're wearing your coat. Does that mean it's cold
Hi.
inside? Mel?
Mel, it's
I'm
a pleasure
Mike.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Well, I tell you, it's freezing cold out, so let's not leave the door open. We'll just come right in. Jill and Mel have lived in this house for over 15 years. They love the area, but they needed more space. The house being originally a bungalow, they thought the smartest thing to do was to build up. They hired an architect to design a second-floor addition with all the extra space they needed. They brought in a contractor who promised to have their dream house done in 10 weeks. A year and a half later, and it's not even close to being done. Okay, that's different. I don't think so. That's about a 10, 12-inch step. Wow, this is cold. All right, this is okay. This is pretty sad so far. Wow. Okay, so this has been over a year
Over
like
a year.
this.
Yeah.
2 cold winters.
We chose this property over others that we'd seen. We spent a long time looking for the right place. And we stumbled onto this. It was more than we could afford at the time, but it had everything we wanted. The space, the trees. We could just barely make the mortgage. We bought it.
Windows. Some windows are in. 2.5 bathrooms.
2.5
That's a
bathrooms.
Japanese tub, isn't
That's
it?
a Japanese tub.
The
An
soaker,
ofuro.
that's for you?
That's
Yeah.
for me.
You like to get in a barrel? Is that what you do?
Yeah, I like water up to my neck.
At this point, he came in, he's picked up this roof. This used to be the line. He's picked it up. He's put in a low-pitch roof. What's he got on top of that roof? Shingles?
Shingles, I guess.
Yeah, there are shingles out
Shingles.
there.
Well, it says right on the bundle, you can't shingle a pitch like that. That's a 112 pitch. You can't shingle that. It's got to be considered a flat roof process. What type of heating do you have?
Downstairs, we have rads.
Rad, so the whole house is radiant heat?
Yes.
Okay, and you wanted that upstairs too?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, radiant heat is probably the most efficient heat. All right, where are we at now with inspections on this one? Is it passed by the government for structure?
Nothing.
He had a very professional-looking contract. 10 pages. He went through it in a really detailed way. It seemed to be a very professional dialogue, and initially the demolition went well. The framer, we had one person framing for about 6 weeks, so there was work going forward.
Was he here every day?
He was here about once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, once every
Are
2 weeks.
you kidding me?
Now, he did respond to our phone calls every time, but he talked about the engineers back at the office. He talked about they had interior designers that could come and help us choose colors. He just sort of seemed to have a whole army of people ready to support us as we made this just right.
And do we even have plumbing under this tub?
No.
No, there's no
There's no plumbing at all.
Well, that's a great place to put a tub with no plumbing.
There's no plumbing at all.
So we brought up no plumbing, no vent
Plumbing.
pipes, no drain pipes,
Nothing.
no... This is honestly one of those contractors that knows how to take a family, and I'm gonna explain why. If all you do is throw up your framing, your sheathing's on the floor, it looks like the addition's in place, and then all of a sudden, let's bring in a toilet, let's bring in a tub, let's bring in glass, you know, for the shower. There's no drywall up, there's no insulation up, there's no nothing up, there's no plumbing run. What are you trying to do? Take the money. Okay, he sounds really smooth to me.
He's very smooth. He's very smooth. It was very difficult. When he made a suggestion, it seemed like everything was, he was ordering all kinds of things. We saw lots of tradespeople coming and going. We thought they were working up here, but in fact, they were coming, meeting him, giving him a quotation, leaving.
Were you not ever up here?
We were asked not to go upstairs because that was a construction site that could be dangerous. There were safety issues. And then near the end, we went upstairs and we realized that like phase 1 of 4 had been done and we had really paid the full contract.
So you did have a payment in progress contract?
Yeah.
We had a payment schedule. It wasn't linked to the work completed, and that was a mistake.
Why was it not linked to the work completed?
Because
you didn't follow
we
it.
didn't do our homework.
You can't always do what the contractor says. I want money now. Give me this, give me. You got to stand up and say, hey, you do this, I'll give you this. In other words, you get this thing framed, get the rough end done, get the inspectors in, and I want to see the passing, then I'll give you more money. That's what they should have done.
The original contract was for $125,000 plus HST, GST. We've paid close to $170,000, and we've been quoted another $60,000 to $80,000 to finish it.
Got to 170. How did it get to 170?
Things were delivered here that were part of the contract, but the contractor wasn't here to pay, so Mel would phone and say, there's $5,000 worth of lumber just delivered. And he'd say, can you put your card on that, Mel, and we'll settle up later.
Are you kidding me?
And
No, and I did it.
Mel did things like that.
The problem is, I believe in people. I trust people. That's just my character. And I've never been burned. And this was the first time I've ever been burned. And I got burned bad.
How much did he get from you?
About 145.
He got about 145.
150?
No, not that much. You mean in cash, like cash payments?
Your money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean cash payments?
Like to him directly? Like we've
You paid him
also...
cash?
Partially.
Why?
Well, he would ask for $12,000, and he'd say, "Can you give me $2,000 in cash? Because I need that to pay off other trades."
Cash?
Yeah. So.
Wasn't that a red flag to you?
No. It should have been, but it wasn't.
Mel and Jill, they're teachers. What do they know about construction? Even though he's read books and he's a handyman, does he really know how to do this? No. So he is relying on the word of the general contractor. And how can you take his word? Well, you don't have to take his word. You can check. You can pick up the phone and call the government. Talk to inspectors. Educate yourself.
And then the contractor disappeared for 5 months.
Oh,
He disappeared for 5 months.
yeah, he did.
And no contact? You couldn't get a hold of him?
Lots of contact with his partner.
So he did have a partner?
Significant other, not a business partner.
His wife?
His wife.
Girlfriend?
Yeah, wife, girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And she was emailing us every few days saying, I'm sorry, you're going to have to be patient. It's a family matter.
Yeah, his accounts are frozen. We can't get access to them. He's not available right now.
How much money were you out at this time?
About
you heard the words account is frozen.
$110,000.
And you gave the man more money after his accounts were frozen?
Well, when he came back...
We gave him more money to get things done. I didn't want our side of the contract to be the stumbling block. I didn't want him to come to me and say, you didn't make that payment.
I got a sense, and I hate to say this, I almost feel like Mel was being bullied a little bit into making a payment.
No.
Did this cause any problems on your relationship?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
of
yeah,
course.
Of course.
Because all of a sudden you're blaming each other when someone else screwed you, and it had nothing to do with you two.
There's only one person that we're blaming around here. It's caused us a bit of grief. I'm responsible for a lot of the trouble we find ourselves in right now, and I can't really fault Jill for being upset.
So he came back, and he phoned us right away. He made all kinds of promises to thank us for being patient. I'm going to get right on your project. I'm going to repay you tenfold. It's fabulous. You waited for me to complete this job. And then it just all fell apart again.
So you gave him more money.
I didn't.
I did. Jill has a great anger still in her about the situation, so any financial discussions that we have are always difficult.
It's okay, don't beat him up. He's trying to get the job done.
It's very embarrassing to be in this situation. But we're not stupid, but we've been taken, and we allowed ourselves to be taken. I use we, but I guess Jill would like me to say me. But yeah,
It's okay.
embarrassing.
You trusted the contractor. I trusted you. That's not a big mistake.
Yeah.
Right now, it's so cold. Let's go downstairs, because I think we can actually get frostbite up here. Seriously.
Fair enough.
Come
Fair
on,
enough.
let's go
Yeah.
downstairs.
Okay.
Thank you. After you, sir.
Thank you. You want to be there for your family, for all of your family. And I guess you'd say I've let the team down, and that's the bottom line. I've let the team down. And now we have to move on.
You're out of pocket how much right now?
About
Spit it out.
170.
It's just a setup. It's just framing. Nothing else is done. 170 grand out of pocket with $50,000 worth of work that everything's got to be redone. Do the math. First thing we have to do is move them out of the house. Get all their furniture out, bring in a moving company, clean it up, make room for the damage we're going to do, because I don't want to clean up all their stuff. Move it out. Stuff. So far, we're spending 2 days packing, moving them out, assessing, because, you know, I look at these things and think, okay, you're gone to an addition, the plumbing's wrong in the house, the kitchen's old, the bathrooms are old, I gotta pull this ceiling down, I gotta pull that ceiling down, I'm gonna have to make runs for not only all the heating pipes to get up to the addition, but plumbing. And how the hell was the other contractor going to do all this with them living in the house, living in the basement, and all this stuff? He wasn't. That's the point. He wasn't.
Sherry, I'm home!
Should the homeowner live in the house when you're doing a second floor addition? The answer is no. Why? Because we need to do point loads from the basement up, we need to run plumbing, we need to run HVAC. It means we need to open up ceilings on the main floor in the basement. So they shouldn't have been living there. That's the first thing. Second, after putting up all the structure and the floor sheathing, how the hell am I going to run all the plumbing and all the HVAC? Means I gotta cut it all open, downstairs, upstairs, run it all, and close it all back in again. Instead of just put something up and take money. Nice, eh? Okay, this shows what's part of the scam here. Because none of the HVAC was run, the electrical wasn't run until absolutely recently, just before he left the scene. But what do we see? We see the tub, we see cabinets, I see glass shower doors, a toilet, a sink. There's no plumbing run.
Bring the fixtures, leave them here. It looks like there's a progress being made, right?
Well, it's a perfect scam.
Yeah.
Put a whole bunch of appliances, fixtures in here.
Yeah, spread them around and then just run.
Take a look at the tankless hot water heater in the corner, because I'm pretty confident it can't go there.
Okay.
Let's have fun.
They got the combination boiler unit. This is the unit that's supposed to be giving us our heating for our rads and our domestic hot water. There's not enough room in here. They got it up in the closet, but because how everything's built, there's not enough room for venting, there's not enough room to put the pumps in. So we're opting to put it down into the basement. We'll run some main lines up, and then we'll run to each rad separately. We're gonna get an even distribution of heat that way. So that's the point of us having to rip all this crap out and redo it. They ran the lines for the rads. The guys didn't use the right PEX piping. What they used was potable, so this is more for plumbing, domestic water, cold water. So we're taking this all out. You want to use something that's an oxy barrier. It's actually made to hold the heat for the pipe. So these guys basically wasted a lot of time here, and we're pulling it all out and running new.
So in a nutshell, they've got a 100 amp service, It looks like this panel was changed. I'm gonna guess it was probably about 15 years back that they've changed it. They brought the ground wires strictly to the nearest copper pipe, which is right here. I would have actually suggested that it go back to the city water main shutoff, which is where it should be. These junction boxes are bothering me because I've got ungrounded lines. So what that's gonna tell me is that we've got some ungrounded lines on the upper level. It's very, very important on having ground. We're gonna be going in and we'll start off with the service. We may have to go up to 200 amp. I'll have to speak to Mike and take it from there and rewire the place. Another day at the office.
First thing that comes to my mind is code violation. ABS to cast iron, which is fine, but then I'm changing to PVC, which is against code. I cannot use PVC material inside the house above ground. So there's going to be a lot of modifications here, and I wouldn't be surprised if all of it actually came out. Sometimes it's easier to just start from scratch. So I have a sewage ejector here in the basement. Obviously, because of the bathroom that is located here, my sanitary line is almost 6 feet above the floor. That's the reason for the sewage ejector here. Problem I have here is the vent, which is non-existent, would allow all the sewer gases, methane gases to escape, so I need to run a new venting system. Most likely, I will also redo all that because I just don't feel comfortable with this thing. It's just not to my taste. So I got my sewage ejector wrapped in. This is a new unit, way better than what we had here before, simply because we're dealing with a new sewage ejector pump, plus the tank is actually watertight and airtight. We're not gonna have any gases escaping from here. I have a separate access panel for any maintenance or inspections down the road. From here, I'm gonna connect the line over to my 2-inch discharge, and then it's gonna go out of the house. Okay, so I'm done with my sewage ejector installation. Everything is being nicely pumped out to the septic tank outside. And I have a proper vent, which doesn't allow for any gases to escape. But what's most important, it is to code, as well as it's airtight and watertight.
So put this on, right? Let's see. Does it look good? Bring out the color of my eyes. Sherry might like that hat. I like this one.
I'll
send that to you.
Make me happy.
We thought if we had a contract that it would protect us. But we weren't careful to have the contractor checked by our lawyer. We weren't careful to ensure that the payment schedule aligned with work done. We signed a contract and he betrayed us.
I'm a week in. I've moved them out, took 2 days. We demoed for 2 days. We've done a few things, and then we find more problems. Lots of junction points here. That was the first thing I caught.
They were all covered up.
So here, just in this room alone, 8 hidden junction points.
In one room.
And who the hell runs electrical like that? That means the drywall's right over that. You go ahead and put a screw into the ceiling. No one runs electrical like that. Okay, more electrical done. There's 6 wires in the box. Too many wires. Too many wires. So here you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, overloaded box. But you know what? This is part of moving them out, opening it up. And then you can run electrical. Then you can run heating. And you don't have to do it all wrong. I'm still stepping backwards. And this is going to keep going until we've got it completely covered. Well, you clean it up well. At least now we can get going on it and start really putting this back together again. We go
go upstairs and we see all this stick framing. It looks fantastic. It looks like it's ready to go. It looks like we're just gonna put some headers in, move some doorways, change it a little bit, redesign it to the way we think it should be.
Hello, Carl. Want to see it level?
I wanna see level.
Here, look over here. I'll show you when it's level. Look how much that's out. Like, I don't even know where to start. You're not gonna want to drywall this, man. I can stick my finger in some of these.
It isn't even gonna work. The drywall's gonna crack constantly year after year. Double check their measurement from wall to wall.
You know what he was doing? He had his hand on the level and he went like this. He had a level, he just didn't know how to use it. Got his fingers in behind it. That's perfect. Yeah, boss, got it leveled, boss. Perfect. Put a level on everything and it's out. This is the straightest thing in this house right now.
I don't know, that's pretty...
Yeah.
When we were taking out the studs to this wall to change the door, we figured out that they didn't fasten their top plate in.
You're kidding me, right?
What was holding it was just their studs.
Okay, take the whole wall down. Let's do it the right way. I don't need to come back for drywall repairs. We start putting levels to things, everything's out. Nothing's square. The numbers aren't matching. What do I have to do? Guys, change any walls that you need to change. These walls are out. We don't need to I don't need to have hardwood flooring an inch in and out. So let's just make it square. Do whatever you guys have to do, man. So the guys are upstairs. They're ripping all the 2x4s out. We're gonna salvage all the wood that's existing there, and then we're gonna add some into it. We're putting a new subfloor down all the way across. The previous contractor before us opened up the floor here so that he could trench all new PEX lines to the radiators. Now that we've opened up the ceilings downstairs, now we're able to actually get from underneath, and so we're able to close this up right now. Then we're putting 5/8 on top of that so that we can make this floor a lot more rigid so that tiles won't crack, the floors won't squeak.
Carl, what's missing up here that they forgot to put in?
What?
They didn't run a smoke detector.
Do you think they weren't done yet, or you just think that they totally forgot?
Oh, they didn't run it. Electrical's done. Electrical's apparently passed.
With no smoke detectors. So no carbon, no smoke detectors?
No, nothing. Carl's called us in today. He needs some of the wires moved out of the way. They're making doorways a lot larger than what they were. I'm not too happy with it. For example, this is something that I don't like. I know Frank's not gonna like it. They ran the wires up in this cavity here. You can see that right here, these nails belong to the shingles. You know, you decide I gotta redo the roof. Here comes a nail, it punctures this wire. You're never gonna find where that wire's been hit. So here I gotta come in, start cutting holes, and run a brand new wire. Most of it has to get redone. Where there's an outlet for a plug or a box for a switch, they didn't leave enough wire above the box. So here's a perfect example of the wires being short going into the box. Now, if this wire would be damaged inside the box, what slack do I have? So what should have been done here was, basically you loop the wire, like so, and then if the wire's damaged, I just pull down in. Now look at all the slack I have. 6 inches of extra wire. It's not gonna break the bank.
So as we're laying our new subfloor over here, we realized the previous contractor had messed up. He'd raised up the outside too high. We got a 1/2 inch gap here we gotta resolve. We come back here a little bit. That's perfectly level. So we realized whatever he did, not opening the ceiling down there, he screwed himself over. Put a piece in here and just raise the floor up. So we're just gonna cut this open, take his crap out, so we can come along with our new floor, level it out. And everything will be nice and true for us to continue on the framing.
I mean, you know, obviously the siding alone is going to be a job, but we'll figure out what we're going to do with it. The roof looks like it's about a 112 pitch, and I don't know if you noticed, but there's not one vent stack through that roof, not one. You know, on the plans it says about a 312 pitch shingled roof from the architect. You would think the contractor knows you can't shingle a 112 pitch. So we should treat this as a flat roof.
Absolutely. If it's less than 312, it has to be flat roof material.
Well, here, come see the angle here. It's not, I don't even know if that's a 112. That might even be a little less. It's almost a flat roof. There's no pitch at all. Well, I mean, just look at that, the shingles like that. All you need is a driving rain this way, and it's gonna go right under the shingles. You can just like fix this roof and turn it into a flat roof.
Well, we'll do the usual routine, a 2-ply torch on.
All right, thank you, sir.
Hey, Glenn, that wall looks pretty straight. Wait, your head's crooked?
No, it's crooked.
Okay, we're going backwards, guys, before we go forward.
It's almost like they went out of their way to make things wrong. He should get his own show, make it meh.
Financially, it's probably kicked your butt royally.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume.
Yep.
It's a problem.
Even if you win in court, the guy's laughing, he's got your money, he's never gonna pay it back, and he's gonna keep doing this. This is criminal.
Oh, yeah.
So far, this job has taken us upstairs, downstairs, inside and out, with no end in sight.
Oh, there's.
You know, it seems we're moving backwards, but it doesn't mean we can't plan ahead. The guys from Action Scaffold are here today because we got a lot of work to do on the exterior. We're gonna replace all the siding, plus we have to finish what the previous contractor abandoned. The scaffolding will allow us to do all that work more quickly and safely than just using ladders.
I'm in the front of the house at the front door. We've already opened up all the rest of the ceilings in the house. This is the only ceiling left that we haven't exposed for exploratory work. We have a bedroom right above this little porch area here. We know it's a cold zone. So what we want to do is we're going to remove this to make sure that we have the proper insulation, the proper R value, and a vapor barrier. Here we have it. It's really cold in this room right now. And all we have is a little bit of bad insulation and no vapor barrier. Bad insulation, this is the skin of it. It's not this way. And a lot of spots, they had put it this way. The air is just gonna travel right through. That means the cold and the hot is just gonna travel right through this insulation. It's never gonna work properly. You wanna have this nice skin here. That's what slows down the temperature exchange. That's what slows down the air movement. We're gonna spray foam this area. It's always gonna be warm from now on.
Oh, what the hell? Oh my God. I hear Adam's coming in because there's a plumbing problem. I'm like, what do you mean there's a plumbing problem? What is that? Oh my God, how are you smelling that? Oh my freaking, oh, that's so bad. Oh, I can't breathe this in.
Could you open the window? Maybe two windows?
I go downstairs and there's my big, it's gotta be a 70-gallon barrel, and it's full to the top, and he's got his hand like the guy with a finger in the dam, and is spewing from the septic tank. Well, are all the pipes full?
There's a septic tank, it's full outside.
Oh my God. I don't believe this. Oh. What happened was the freezing cold from just the last month has froze the lines in the ground, which means that pump that keeps pumping up to the septic tank, it backfilled inside, filled all the drain lines, and instead of getting a septic tank pumper in here to pump it out, they opened it from the inside. Who called him in? We could have left it in the freaking pipes until they pumped it out.
No, the problem was it was a crack and it was dripping on the floor. We already had a container underneath.
Oh, man. Okay, he needs buckets. You can take those buckets home. I don't want those buckets anymore. We've been going now for 2-3 hours cleaning this out. We're all dying. I'm not kidding you.
Fine, I'm on the top. You're on the bottom if we're doing this. I don't want to spill this on you.
Don't even think about it.
How low do we go? How low do I mean, I've been walking backwards since I stepped on this site. Now I slipped in something. So I gotta pump that out?
Yes, please.
Oh. We've called the septic tank pumper. He's gonna be here in 30 minutes. We've gotta move that huge pile of lumber so we can get at the septic tank. I called in a cleanup crew. They gotta go downstairs and literally vacuum the rest of it up and use some sort of sanitizing, something, because I'm not going back in that house until it smells better, and I'm not kidding you.
do you think it'll take for you to pump it out?
It's going down pretty good. Probably 20 minutes, half an hour, I would think.
So why is there 2 tanks?
One tank is your solid matter. When you flush your toilets and everything, it all drains into one tank.
Okay.
And then the liquid gets dispersed into the second tank. I think we're just about done here. I can feel the bottom of the tank already.
So this is the last piece of my sanitary line coming out of the basement. And this is the existing line which needs to be replaced because I have a variation of materials. And we have a forged PVC. Obviously the PVC is not the code. I cannot have PVC above ground. It's only allowed below grade. So all that's going to come out and I'm going to run an ABS right to the front wall of the house. So I'm putting a clean-out access on this drain. This is the line that actually leaves the house. Having a clean-out is mandatory on every house, every drain that actually leaves the building. It's required for inspection, it's required for maintenance. I'm putting a brand new clean-out access cover, last couple screws to tighten it, and this is good to go.
But I think this might be a good time for me to give this to you.
You have something unique here? Oh,
I think it's time for you to
I am so putting that on, you have no idea.
Because that's all I know.
It's on the lawn.
I can't breathe.
You can't breathe?
I can't breathe.
Hold on, here.
I can't breathe. Oh, God. This is going to give this to Adam.
You're ready. Go get him.
Okay, that's better.
In my world of construction, architects are great designers. That's what they do. They actually draw up your house on a piece of paper. And then it goes to an engineer, and that engineer punches in the numbers for structure. And the two have to work together. And by the way, the contractor has to know how to work with the architect and the engineer, and don't forget the homeowner. If you don't put this together, you're gonna have a recipe for disaster. Exactly what's behind me is the house. The architect didn't talk to the contractor didn't talk to the engineer, the contractor didn't even talk to the building inspector, and he definitely didn't talk to the homeowners other than to say, I need more money. So you have a problem?
We have many problems.
Carl gave me a call last night saying, Mike, we got a problem. I don't think the floor joists are carried over a double top plate. I knew what he meant. He sent me a picture. It was hard to identify.
There's a 1x6 strapping that's all the way around that was holding up the plaster. Is the only thing holding up, and a couple nails into what they call the ledger plate.
It's like we keep stepping backwards to look at everything that's been done to see what we have to do before I can step forward to start to finish it. Oh, this is a great example of what they did. Really good example. See, they took a 2x6 on the outside right there and nailed it into the floor joist. You can clearly see the 2x6.
Yeah.
There is very little holding up the second floor. All of that weight is resting on a small 1x6 on the inside, which was only meant as a nailing edge for the interior wall. And on the outside, they nailed on a 2x6 rim plate. Not only is it wrong and against code, it's not nearly strong enough. What they should have done to provide proper structure was taken this entire roof off and carried the load over the double top plate that currently supports the roof.
Mike already had a good idea that we were gonna have to open up some of the walls, but if we didn't rip those ceilings down, take a look at all the electrical problems, rerun all the plumbing, we would have ended up building a second floor addition on a 1x6 strapping. All that weight load, the Japanese tub, the furniture, the people, the hardwood, there's so much weight up there, something would have given, something would have happened, something really bad would have happened.
So here's what's very clear. It doesn't meet code. They're out of pocket for the whole job, $170,000. Let's stop right there. Let's do a cleanup. That way we'll continue on. I can already see a 2x6 header is not going to be good enough for that structure.
Yeah, it's 2x12.
This is just a pain in the... The whole theory of two other contractors coming in to fix it for $50,000 or $60,000 is not even close to reality. It's not even close to the truth. Here's our vertical 2x4. Great example. Here's the double top plate here. Here's the floor joists right here, right? These are the new ones. They span from the front of the house right to the back of the house. This is for the addition. This floor joist should have been up here. That's where it should have been. That's where it's gonna bear load. On the inside of the house, you remember I talked about the 1x6 that's notched into the 2x4. That's what's holding it here. When you get to this area here, right now, that's just drywall that's holding this one in place, holding this one in place. They're literally floating. Here's a great floating one right there. No wonder they're all bending. There's nothing to hold it from moving. The only thing truly holding it is this 2x6, which is supposed to be, they call it the rim joist, which is the end. It's at the rim. That's why they call it the rim joist. But nothing's holding it from underneath. So as we look back, we see that knee wall right there. And that knee wall is the closet wall of the addition on the front side. That's also holding the weight load of the roof. Think about all the snow we've had in this winter, and think about that sitting on top of the roof and pushing down on that knee wall, which pushes down on these floor joists, and what's holding it? Nothing. Now, how did they get this 2x6 rim joist in, which should have been a 2x12? They did it from here. So they reached out, because this was a covered soffit. They reached out and tried to nail, you know, imagine that, trying to get a gun firing towards you. I can tell by looking at the nails, that was from a gun. And clearly from shooting blind, you can't see where you're nailing. Almost all the nails have missed the vertical 2x4s. They got one here, they got one here, they hit one here, but a lot of the other structure have missed. It's not gonna structurally hold anything. Like, I built better tree forts when I was 8 years old. Much stronger than this. You just don't do it this way. This is not only not gonna pass code, this will condemn your home. In the position where right now, it's considered condemned.
So all this work they did was to avoid ripping off the roof?
No, you know what? I think they just went ahead and said, who cares? Let's just do it. Put up the wood, get the hell out of here. For sure, it's way harder to fix now. Do they have the money? No. Does that mean we're gonna help them? Yes. How much do we need to do? Well, probably in total 4 to 5 months worth of work before they can even come back. Are they gonna be happy about that? Probably not. That's bullshit. Whoever did this work, these are the type of guys I wanna beat up. Totally wanna beat, because just to fix this now is so much work. I wish they were here so I could teach them, smack them a couple of times, and then show them, now watch what I have to do to fix this. This contractor who did this work is out doing it again to someone else. And what they did here did not even come close to meeting code. He got all the money anyways. So did they have to go further? No. Take the money, run. The more I open, the more I look, the more I realize that house should have come down.
There's the culprit right there. Didn't scare me. Little. Let this be a warning sign to all mice. Don't mess with Junior.
So the worst case scenario for us would have been we would have looked at selling this house, which has been our home since our daughter was born, and she loves this home. She loves running around outside, and it has so many memories. It would have been difficult.
This morning, I just got the plans from the engineer, and I'm gonna have to talk to Jill because Mel's not here and try and explain what's wrong with the house, what I need to do to fix the house, and what I really think they should be doing. This is one of the nightmare jobs of my career. Absolute nightmare. Come on in. Now, honestly, there is so much to talk about today that I don't want to overwhelm you, and I got a terrible feeling where I'm going to. When Jill first walked in, she gasped. She didn't expect us to go to the extreme of taking ceilings down and open up walls, but that's exactly what needs to be done when you're putting in an addition.
Wow.
Oh, you didn't know we opened it up,
I didn't know you'd opened it up.
It's a good thing I did.
Oh, my goodness. I'm a little surprised, shocked is a better word, I think. For me, you know, people make a home, right? Like, I look around now, like, with all our pieces out of it, this doesn't look like home the same way. Now it just seems to be a a house without a soul.
All the structure on the outside of the house is not good enough. Once you put a live load, all your dressers, your beds, your bathrooms, now it's too
all
much
those heavy
weight
pieces, yeah.
to hold it. And thank God they didn't finish it because your house would have collapsed. Even if I complete this whole place, the second floor addition, fix the structure, fix the plumbing, fix the heating, the electrical, finish it, the foundation still has problems. The kitchen and bathroom in the basement still has problems. Take the house down. Even though we've done 5 weeks of work already, take the house down.
I hear you, but I'm looking out the window at our property, you know.
You do have a beautiful property. You've got one terrible home. Did you want to live here forever?
Mel does.
Mel does. Okay. Here's the point. If it was $170,000 for the addition upstairs, and we're gonna completely gut the first floor, all new plumbing, all new electrical, all new insulation, and that comes after us fixing the structure.
Yep.
Floor joists here, floor joists in here. There's floor joists they've notched in all kinds of places that must be replaced. That brings you up over $500,000.
Mm-hmm.
Am I about what?
And that's probably what a new home would
I could have done a new home for $500,000.
Yeah.
Do you really want me to go ahead and do this? All this money, all this time, all this effort, and you still have other problems.
What are you saying? Should we explore other options? Like, what do you...
I'm gonna make you an offer. I'll give you 2 options. One, I'll buy it and take it down. And it'll take a long time. It'll be a long-term investment. You get the hell out. Or we work this out in time, and I fix it.
Those are tough decisions.
You can think about it. I can give you the one option. If I buy it, you can leave. I have never, in the history, offered to buy the house. I don't want the house. I offered to buy it so they could walk away from it and start their life again. Where's Mel right now?
He's not here. He's not in Canada. He's in Ecuador studying
Is he working?
Spanish.
He's studying Spanish? Are you guys okay?
Yeah.
You're okay?
Yep.
Because that means a lot to me.
Yeah. Well, he needed to get away, I think.
He was overwhelmed the last time I talked to him here, and now we've got way much more we have to do to fix your house. This will actually separate a couple, and I've seen it, I don't know how many times in all my life.
You know, moving forward, I can't not value all the work that Mel has put into this home. When he looks around, he sees his work, and he's very proud of what he sees. Mike isn't discouraging about fixing it, but he seems to not value the home. He values the house part.
This house has a lot of problems, and even if I finish everything, there's still gonna be more problems. What do you wanna do? Where do you wanna spend your money? You can tell me all you want about how wonderful it is living as a family. I get that. I'm a father. I have 3 beautiful kids. I totally get that. But I'm a contractor, and I can also tell how sick the house is. And it's sick.
Okay, I can't answer right now. You know that. I gotta talk to Mel.
I don't need an answer right now.
I don't know how I'll have this conversation. It's really been hard for Mel. He feels he let us down. It's a building. It's not a family.
The smartest thing I can do right now is to put the guys on the other jobs. Let this sit for a couple of days. Let Mel and Jill talk to their daughter and at least absorb what I said. So they can come back with an informative decision on what to do.
Oh, dear. That's a big challenge you've left me with.
Isn't that interesting? Hey, MJ, this beehive's built better than the house.
Lucky bees.
Look at the engineering here. No engineering there. Incredible.
Those contractors could have learned a thing or two.
Maybe we should hire these guys. Yeah, yellow jackets.
That was funny.
For more information about this show, please visit hgtv.ca.